both of you, whoever wants to answer first. Let's go with Leah
Okay.
first. So, like, if you were going to say, like, what is your favorite product to sell? Do you have one?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
It's albums.
Okay.
I love albums. I think it just makes sense. I love wall art for their own reasons, but albums, you can put multiple images in there. You open it up, you tell a story. I've seen my own nieces and nephews grab my sister's wedding album and they read it like a storybook, right? Then mom walked down the aisle. Like, it's so cute.
Yeah.
And I'll tell that story during sales appointments too, and people are like, oh my gosh, I love that, and then they'll buy an album. It just is a no-brainer to me, and I think our albums are priced at a really reasonable rate to, especially seeing today what went into it.
Right.
So I think they're gorgeous, and every photo shoot should have an album. Mini
100%
sessions should have an
agree
album.
with you. Erika, what about you? What's your favorite?
So albums are also my favorites for the same reasons, that it's a snippet in a person's life. But to me, I really love the medals. I love the versatility of them. We sell a lot of them for bathrooms because we do bathtub photo shoots, like the cake smash and splash photo shoots. So a lot of people put them in their bathrooms. And they're just a modern, cool thing that is unique. You can't get metal prints at too many places. And so when people see them on our walls, and you guys have changed over the past couple of years, and the new metals that we have are so vibrant and beautiful, that they are incredibly eye-catching and just sell themselves. So I love the metals.
I do too.
Yeah.
But albums.
I know. And to point out just a quick thing before we move on here, a few years ago, we had a call and you're like, I'm having a hard time getting past a certain average. People are doing a album or wall art, and my question back to you is, well, why aren't they doing both? And you're like, well, I don't know.
I figured it out though.
You did, and you rewrote the PDF document of how you're going to sell that day, and that changed overnight. So, that's a whole different conversation. If we actually did have 6 hours today, we could talk about, but there's a whole nother world of sales out there for people that haven't dipped their toe into in-person or product sales, or doing it on a very small level. There's always room to grow.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, and the title of our YouTube Live today, expanding the vision, expanding the original concept of the pod, where is the business going? Like, if I know you're a thinker, and you're a planner, and you actually like spreadsheets.
I love them.
Within the photography community, that's probably doesn't ping with a lot of people. What is the vision? Where's the pod going?
Well, the vision really is focusing on the experience.
Okay.
So, AI, other photographers, there's so many things, and people having phones. And I remember my grandfather said to me, "Why are you starting a photography studio? Everyone has a phone in their pocket." And it's the experience.
And he said, "Shush, Grandpa."
I did. And literally, that is what we're selling. That's what we keep pushing, and that's where we have been in our marketing meeting saying, what can we do? Because the photos are great, but how can we continue to bring experience with photos attached,
and that added value.
And that added value is where I think we're going. And we're still, every month we watch our sales averages, we check our annual averages, and we are committed to growing that too.
Yeah, for sure. So I just recently shared a TED Talk with you guys that I loved. I don't know if you've watched it. I know that she has. And one thing that the presenter says in there is, his tagline is "one size fits one." And I think that it kind of gives me goosebumps when I think about it, because you guys are doing that. You have been doing it. This is nothing new to you, but how do you take that when you're already at such a high level and keep expanding that? That's no small feat. So we'll be anxious to check back in and see. So Leah, in your words, the vision. The expansion of the vision. Now you've had a couple minutes to think about it. What are your goals? What are your fingerprints on the business look like in the future?
I think Erika really said it well with AI coming into the picture, and it's moving really rapidly, and who knows, you might be able to say, hey, here's a picture of my baby, put it on a gray couch with a wrestling belt and ONE letters and a cake, and make this image in AI. You can probably make something like this.
With no experience attached to it.
Right, yeah. And it can be free. But it is focusing on the customer experience, and I think that it's also like the connection with the client, hearing their stories and actually watching that story unfold in front of them is going to be very, very, very special in a world where things are going to get less and less personal.
Yes.
So
very well said.
Yeah, it's that heart connection with people is, I think, where my touch, my personal touch here.
Absolutely, and I think you hit the nail absolutely on the head with that. Yeah. So, for people who want to find you guys online, tell us what your website is, Instagram, Facebook, like that kind of stuff. Rattle those off for us, one of you.
Instagram is @thepodphotography.
Website is www.thepodphoto.com.
Then do you have a Facebook business page too?
We do. It's The Pod Photography.
Perfect. That's very original.
And TikTok. We're blowing up on TikTok.
We do blow up on TikTok.
At The Pod Photography.
Awesome. So I just have one more question for both of you before we let you go. So for everybody who's watching, who will check into your online presence, who has heard you today, what's a good piece of advice that you would give to somebody? And let's start with Erika, of somebody who is inspired. It can be from your set design, it can be from the studio, it can be product sales, business, spreadsheets if you must. What is your advice to somebody?
I think my advice is to find something unique, because you can like or dislike my photos, but you can't get them anywhere else. What we do is unique. So to me, my advice would be find something that you love, that is authentic to you, and go with that. Because if you become a commodity, if your photos look like everyone else's and your experience is like everyone else's, then people will just go for the cheapest version of you. Yeah. So to me, it's find your authentic voice.
Love it.
And create from that space.
Perfect. That was good with not having any prep before. I'm proud of you.
I gotta follow that.
Yeah, right. Leah, how about you?
Value your work. Value what you offer. There's lots of pieces of advice.
Right. That's great. We've got 5 hours.
I would say also like trusting in-person sales. Sell products. Offer products. Serve your customer. Connect with your customer. Don't have them just be, maybe that's the one piece, don't have them just be like a ticket. Yeah. Next in line. Here's your photo, see you later, bye. Connect with them, make it personal, make it you, have your heart on it.
That's awesome. I'm thinking of, like, after we do a YouTube Live, our awesome design team and marketing team always puts together like quotes, and you just gave the marketing team like 75 slides with what you just said, the two of you. So
because I couldn't figure out one thing to say.
No, that's awesome. Well, we really appreciate both of you. It's so fun to have you here today.